I'm Chelsea.
Hi, I'm Topher.
Obviously. You guys both have had experience in dramas as well as comedies. So I was wondering...
I actually have like one of each, but yeah.
But how was your preparation for these films? Did it differ the way you did it?
Demetri is what's called method.
Ah.
So you don't meet Demetri.
That's right.
You meet...
Although
whoever it is has the exact same haircut.
You mean the show, that's what I would say. Right, put hairspray in it or something.
No, I would say we are both pretty relaxed actors in terms of our... method would be like you put on a... If you're playing a blind guy, you put on a blindfold for 2 months and figure out what it is to... But I like to just show up and kind of act like a blind dude if that's the role, or like, or whatever it takes. So I'm pretty chill about that stuff.
Yeah, it was cool, and I don't have a lot of experience, so I think a lot of this is about the tone that's set wherever you go to work. It's interesting, you know, movies can be like a weird summer camp or something where everybody's in it together, it starts, it has an end point, and depending on what the chemistry is, it can be more or less like camp. It can be really fun and people hang out after the workday or not as much, but it was like this, it was cool.
So was that sort of what the atmosphere was like?
This one was special. This like messed me up in terms of films afterwards because it was so much fun. Kind of like don't want to, you know, it's not like a normal film. Everyone just happened to, the chemistry of the entire cast, and it was a large ensemble cast.
Yeah.
Was what we had dreamed of because we had wanted to do like one of those John Hughes movies from the 80s. It has tons of young people, some better known than others, and just, you know, instead of just like, now they have like a movie that's like all raunchy comedy, or another movie that's like all romance. We want to do one that kind of, like those great John Hughes, Cameron Crowe movies, has everything.
And this is a total comparison to sort of Hot Tub Time Machine, where this is, you really do feel that this was filmed and made in the 80s, whereas with Hot Tub Time Machine, it's kind of like, oh, they're spoofing 80s things.
Right. Yeah. We wanted to be the first movie that wasn't making fun of the 80s, but was literally like we took a time machine back to the 80s, set up the camera equipment, and really like made it in the 80s, and then just brought it back here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think what I like, one of the things I always like about movies, my favorite movies are the ones that they really take me away, and they kind of just suck me into the movie. And in a movie theater, of course, it's easier because it's dark and you're looking at this giant screen and there's a sound and everything. But growing up, I watched a lot of stuff on HBO. You know, that was like kind of when HBO was emerging. And even there, like certain kinds of movies, they speak to you and they'll just like invite you right into that world. And of course, Star Wars, I mean, it can take you literally to another world. But this is a great one because it takes you into our world, but just earlier, you know, like in the 80s, no cell phones.
Yeah.
Like the problems people have are different slightly, you know.
Wasn't that a great world? You guys don't remember, but there was a time when nobody had cell phones.
I was born in '89. Does that count?
Wow.
Born in '89?
Born.
Wow. Oh my God. Oh
so
wow.
A little hard for me to connect, but I still was able
That was
to
my
relate.
junior year in high school, I think. Sophomore year.
So when he was a sophomore in high school,
So I could have been
you were a baby.
I could have been an
You were a newborn
irresponsible
baby.
teen dad to you.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Oh my God, wait a second. Let's do the math here.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, we're having a reconnection.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, we look so alike.
Oh my God. You're my dad.
Wow, I bet you didn't see this one coming.
I've
Surprise,
missed you.
it's a new reality
Where have you
show.
been?
It's called This Is Your Dad.
That's, yeah.
Hey, sorry, your real dad.
No, it's just being reconnected with my father is just,
Right.
it's
Congrats
so
to
crazy.
both of you.
You're doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. This is your dad. Anyway, next question.
How did you like producing? How did you go about that?
You know, it wasn't something that I don't think I'll do a lot, but that's not to say it was bad. It was really fun. We just had this idea, which is I really love John Hughes movies from the 80s, and then we started thinking, speaking of 80s movies, there hasn't been one that hasn't spoofed it, like you said, that looks back 20 years. Like I grew up with Dazed and Confused, right when you were turning 5. I was watching a movie called Dazed and Confused, which was made in the 90s about the 70s. And then there was a movie called American Graffiti that was made in the 70s about the 50s. And we thought, no one's done that kind of look. These movies, after a while, you think actually took place when they were made. It's so of that period of time and of the conventions of filmmaking of that period of time. Yeah. So we were really excited once we had that idea. And then I thought I could work with people that I admire, like Demetri, who are my age. I love working with older people who are big movie stars and, you know, I've had these like long careers. But then I also want to work with people like Anna Faris and Demetri and Dan, and people who, you know, I wanted to see them as they were like in bloom, like becoming huge stars, basically.
It's kind of fun when it's like you see stories that are maybe a little bit more about the chemistry and not so much big star vehicles. You know what I mean? It's just about folks.
It's refreshing.
Yeah, it's
Well,
kinda nice.
I do think, I really believe this, and we'll know when we play this footage in 20 years, but I think there are 5 $20 million actors in this cast. The same way these movies I'm talking about, Dazed and Confused, has like Matthew McConaughey and Ben Affleck and Mila Jovovich and Renee Zellweger and Parker Posey. But at the time, they were just young actors coming together for this ensemble.
Couldn't be worse.
It couldn't be any worse.
Put your hands in the air!
I was wrong. Now it couldn't be any worse.
Matthew?
Wow, wrong again.
Take me home tonight.